he's just, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. He seemed like a normal guy. Yeah, like when he had a dog, and we would always come out together at the same time, it seemed like, and he'd say hi and sorry. And yeah, he seemed normal. His wife is very nice. They just had a baby.
The crowd is getting bigger up there in the corner.
We would say hi, and not too long ago, I can't give you the exact date because I don't remember it, but it was a couple weeks ago. He actually, when I pulled up into my garage, I was coming home from work, he came over and he asked me for a tool. I don't remember what tool it was, because he was working on something with his car. And of course, I didn't have it. And I said, well, I'll ask some other neighbors, they might have it. And that was the last time I spoke to him. Yeah, they just seem like normal people. And then, like I said, his wife, my heart goes out to her. She is such a sweet lady. He sold a Mustang not too long ago to one of his friends. Yeah, and the last time I spoke to him was not too long ago. He was asking for like a tool for his car. Yeah, his wife was really nice. Like, I'm sorry.
No worries. No,
I'm just like shooken up right now.
Well, it's scary because I could have died and my family could have died. And it's just crazy to know if we would have been at the lobby at 8:30 and that person would have gotten out of his car, we could have been dead or injured. And it's just scary to know that my life was on the line. This is crazy because just people go for vacation for fun and stuff. Like, people don't go for vacation for terrorist attack or like shootings or anything like that, because we just want to have fun. And then I thought in my line, oh, I'm already gonna be dead, so I cannot continue my life, but thank God I could continue it now.
was shocked, and I thought about, was it a bomb or what was it? I don't know it. I was a little bit scared. And I said, okay, I put my clothes on, took my passport, money. Ja, ich hatte schon ein bisschen Angst, ja, was jetzt passiert, war es ein Terroranschlag oder sowas, also es geht einem schon durch den Kopf.
Actually, yeah, we were all pretty scared. Except for my mother, she's a brave soul out there. She always tells us not to worry. But however, the rest of us, we were pretty worried. And seeing that accident, it really limited our potential on what we can do here in Vegas.
It's just horrible. I mean, it's a sickness that someone could think not only to take their own life, but try and harm others or try and make some kind of statement or destroy. I feel like that's just not what we should do in America, you know. I feel like we're better than that, and we shouldn't have to resort to violence or grand gestures or display like that to get our point across.
And as of course you all know, the explosion occurs within 17 seconds of his arrival at the valet. But I would like to highlight a couple of things that the teams found inside of the Cybertruck that are useful to the investigation. And that first and foremost is a military identification. We also found a passport. We found a Desert Eagle 50 caliber semi-automatic pistol. And if you'll notice on a lot of these guns that we're going to talk about here, they're almost just burnt beyond recognition as well. There's a SLR model B30 semi-automatic firearm, number of fireworks that were still in the vehicle that had to be removed. Notably, we found an iPhone and a smartwatch, and then several credit cards were also in the name of our subject. Our subject is 37-year-old Matthew Livelsberger. He's of Colorado Springs, Colorado, born July 22nd of 1987. Flagstaff and Kingman, Arizona. As I mentioned to you already, his body is burnt beyond recognition, and I do still not have confirmation 100% that that is the individual that was inside of our vehicle. And so as I'm calling it now, the subject or person of interest, I will not come back until I have the confirmation through DNA or medical records that this is indeed, in fact, the subject inside of the vehicle. Now, further complicating this identification of this individual, we also discovered through the coroner's office that the individual had sustained a gunshot wound to the head prior to the detonation of the vehicle. Now, I would like to acknowledge a couple of things because I know what's going on in the social media world, and there are a number of things in this case that are similar to the attack in New Orleans. We do know that our subject here served in the military. In fact, he's a current member of the military. Both of the subjects served at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. What we do know about that is it's a very large military base, and we have no record that they served in the same unit or even at the same years at Fort Bragg, something that continues to remain under investigation. The question is generally about the security posture, and that's entirely our entire community, not only.
Obviously, we're always concerned in these sorts of events to ascertain what the motive is. We understand that's everybody's at the forefront of everyone's thoughts, and so looking into exactly what the motivation is remains our #1 priority.
And conclusively determine what the nature of this
We have to focus on what we know and what we don't know. We know we have a bombing, absolutely, and it's a bombing that certainly has factors that raise concern. It's not lost on us that it's in front of, of the Trump building, that it's a Tesla vehicle, but we don't have information at this point that definitively tells us or suggests it was because of this particular ideology or the, any of the reasoning behind it. That's the purpose of the investigation that we're conducting, is to get to the bottom of exactly what happened, why and how.
Fremont Street and the Strip, but surrounding neighborhoods as well. The question is, am I comfortable calling it a suicide mission? I'm comfortable calling it a suicide with the bombing that occurred immediately thereafter. I'm not giving it any other labels.
and with the forensic.
Any idea if the suspect has been in touch with any outside terror?
So the question is, are we able to recover the video from the Cybertruck? And many of you may know that those Cybertrucks contain a tremendous number of cameras. Mr. Musk has sent out a number of his folks that will be arriving here this afternoon with the intent to try to capture the part of that captured all of the video from inside of the truck.